Hello everyone, this is Mr. Nightmare here, and I'm going to continue reading Eyeless Jack's Addiction, Chapter 2. Nightmare's point of view. I was standing outside the rest of the college did. I wasn't crying. I didn't even have the slightest bit of sadness shown on my face, but just pure shock. How? And why? The police officers pulled me aside. At first, I was startled, but then he told me I was needed to see someone. Thinking I was just going to be my dad, I followed, looking my surroundings for a minute. We came to a halt. Instead of my dad, I expected to be standing there in front of the officer. It was a man dressed in a tall coat suit. He had brown hair, dark brown hair. He was pale than a vampire in the moonlight. He gave me a look, and then that answers that I knew it. "Hello, miss," he seemed calmly started as he held his hand towards me. I shook it, and he reassured the conversation. "Do you know the cannibal has been roaming around this area?" he questioned. I nodded my head, and traced back to the article I read in the car a few weeks. "Miss, did you check your windows before you went to sleep last night?" He kept going. "Shit, I shook my head," he sighed, which made me feel even more stupid. Well, the cannibal somehow climbed in that way, as we saw tapes from the control room. Your friend was up putting up a fight for her life, and you were asleep. When he was going for you, she blocked him from doing so. He threw her back on the bed. He paused, waving my left hand, showing what happened. She actually tried protecting me. I felt a teeny sense of shame. I didn't at least shed a single tear for her. My head was looking at my feet, my arms wrapped around each other for warmth. Well, we also talked to your dad, and he agreed to send you back home. We'll keep a watch on you, so we know he doesn't kill you," the detective added. "That's all," he finished. The police guard took me back to my dorm room. They cleaned up everything. Luckily, nothing of mine was painted red with Tamitha's blood or something. Some stuff from the college helped me pack. Staff from the college helped me pack. When I asked them to leave so I could finish the rest by myself, I picked up the last things. I saw something white underneath my bed. I crouched down on my knees and slid my hand under the bed. I found a folded stand that tugged out. It was a bag that was labeled Skyview Mail. I opened it. When I opened it, I took out a pair of silky red and white Dr. Breed's beads. I almost regret not opening it sooner. I chuckled. I checked for something else. If there was something. Anyway, I saw the two notes. One was from my dad, and the other one was folded into what it looks like a 6. I picked up the one from my dad, and all it says, "Here's a gift." I put that one in my pocket, and the other one. I opened the other one to read it. "You're cute. I'll keep my sockets on you. E.G." No! I was trembling. E.G. Wait, for Eyeless Jack? No. Creepypastas aren't real. I shook my head violently, trying to get out of my head, but simply wouldn't. I scuffed the paper into my book bag, and took a huge suitcase I came with and a few boxes that were plain on a box cart, and exited my dorm. At my house a few weeks later, I was done unpacking in 3 hours last week. Concerningly, I was still too startled to go back to sleep. I couldn't even make any videos. All I did was write. At least it filled in time for me. I was just writing just the killer love story, which scooting me away from the events. The last thing I wanted was in my mind was creepy pasta. Honey, I'm heading to the store. My dad called from the living room. Is Mom here? I shouted. No, she'll be working late. I have to go to the bank too because we need some money to get you back into your old college, he hauled. Bye! He slammed the door, making me shiver. Great. I'm home alone. It's 9:30 p.m. I was almost the verge of freaking out. And you know what result to? Horrible sleep that finally crept in my way. I woke up falling out of my bed. Shit, I muttered. It was 10:30 p.m. When I reached for my phone, I tried on the lock screen. I heard a bunch of messages from my dad saying his friend had invited him to a little gathering. Now, really, I looked over my bed to see my laptop wasn't there. Where I left it, it was on my desk, and the screen showed a picture of fan fiction I was interested in on a bunch of the tabs saved on it. I looked around very quickly as my life depended on it. All I could hear was thankful laughter in the far corners of my room. Then I looked up in the direction of the corner. I found myself pinned to the floor with seconds. Clutched. Was the sound coming from the figure hovering over me? My heart was pounding harder out of my chest. I wouldn't have been surprised if he or she could see it. Thank you for admiring me so much. I'm flattered. He spoke he spoke in a raspy voice. No. This can't be happening. Aw, don't be scared. I'm only just playing with you, he whispered, leaning into my ear. Easy for you to say, I managed to reply. He was now close to my face, his blue mask touching the tip of my nose. You're pretty. I'll enjoy my space sometimes with you, he continued before slashing almost 10 cuts across my body. That instant made me black out. It was him.